She was murdered.
started. Turn this off. Seems that stream kind of always chugs when I have that music on in the background. Well, let's see. I didn't test the live screen before I attempted going live today. Hey, but it worked. It worked. We're good. We're good to go. We're in the clear. Thanks for being here on this Valentine's Day. Could have spent it with anybody else. You decided to spend it with me. I appreciate you. We're getting into the code here. Pokemon team display. I don't know why I'm looking at that as if that has information to tell me. I didn't pull anything up prior to starting today. Just kind of winging it to see what happens. Desk is filthy. Everything's just winging it today. How's your day going? Drink some of my terrible chemicals. I feel like this camera's very light sensitive. We'll let more light in. We got snow today, so it's pretty bright outside. The multi-stream. I don't know who's here. Hanging out. Let's just go ahead and get started. So, I think today we ought to think about wrapping up the JavaScript that shows the next 5 moves. We know what moves Venusaur has, but we also need to get those moves by his name and level. And so we'll create a function or a method that'll do that. And yeah, kind of take it easy today, take it slow. So kind of a lazy, I like these lazy coding Sundays. They feel very relaxed, kind of very. So we have the regional set, and that's good. We want to now create a function here because this is kind of like a what function get next 5 moves. Do we want it there? We don't want it in there. No. Yeah. I'm kind of thinking out loud. I'm thinking in a way that, as well, I need to kind of go back and study the kind of JavaScript classes and things like that. Because honestly, we haven't done that in quite a while either. Is kind of set goals for stream, but I apologize as well. If you're not able to see the code, I'll zoom in here in just a moment, but maybe even eventually think about changing code orientation to portrait. Might not be a bad idea. In any case, and so what I'm thinking here is we have all these functions, right, that have to do with like rendering and manipulation of the. Yeah, and I think this is something that we'll want outside of the class anyway. We definitely want this outside of the class. But do we want this outside of the class as well? I'm not sure. Let's just start writing. We'll start writing, we'll see what happens. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. There's always better ways to do things, so if you don't agree with the way that I'm doing it, I'm happy to accept that feedback. I'm just going to call this get next 5 moves. This is like going to be like a Java, right? A Java function. The name of a Java method, right? Very long names. This is not Java. This is JavaScript. Totally unrelated to Java. Why is JavaScript called JavaScript anyway? Let's do some history. History, JavaScript. JavaScript was released around the same time. Actually, wasn't even originally called JavaScript. It was actually called LiveScript. LiveScript was called such because it was able to render changes on the fly without having to make server calls again. It was kind of the cool thing about it. But they renamed it JavaScript so that it would compete with Java at the time, which to me intuitively doesn't make sense. Seems to me that it has different purposes and things like that. Let's say get next 5 moves by level, right? We will be taking something in, but we just have to figure out what that is. We have this returned, the get regional. How are we getting that? Moveset. That is the moveset. Let's see, where are we at? Let's look at our console. What are we returning here? Here we go. Move slot, regional move list, get moveset. Here we go. That's why. Moveset. And it always returns the regional. That's cool. Okay. I also had some ideas for we may need some ideas for getters and setters as far as that's concerned. When level is comes into play, but we'll worry about that more when we start getting this more towards on the page, rather than where it's at right now, which is we're still kind of working in the back end. We'll get there. We'll get there. We're learning as we go. We're playing as we learn. I like it. All right. So what? Because this get next 5 moves by level is eventually going to push its payload to the page here. We just have to figure out how. We have a couple of changes that we have to make to this sprite as well. What did I just do? I don't know, but it didn't like it. It says S is not defined. Oh, because I threw an S right there. I don't know why I was thinking about this now recently, but one of my biggest gripe about things is that they're not like built to last anymore. You're not necessarily, things aren't necessarily built to be fixed, you know. It's like we have these things and they break and we just end up throwing them out. Okay, great, go away. We just end up throwing them away, and I kind of encourage you to get curious about your broken things. Recently I've been starting to do that, and I'm finding that it pays off. I've been able to save some money and things like that. I actually stupidly the other night we had a happy hour. I spilled some beer in my keyboard. I thought it was dead forever, and it's not. I fixed it. Was able to. I thought that I had some weird. Anyway, let's code. Shut up, Marlon. Jeez. All right. Get next 5 moves by level. What's in this Pokemon object? We know that. What's here? Push to page. The monster. Yeah. Monster dot moveset. So, what is Pokemon object? I want to know. Let's console log it here. Because I'm not sure at this point. This is the push to page object. So being very specific, so that I can see what this is, right? Being very specific, so that so I know that it's an object. Actually, if I console log it in its own thing, it should. Console.log. I apologize for the lag. My computer is not a fan of what I do to it. There we go. Alright, so let's see the move list. So this is the full move list. But the move set is in here. Okay, excellent. It's got everything we need. The move set. So we want this Pokemon object. We'll grab it here. Oops. Oops. Oop, oop, oop. I'm thinking that sound reminded me of something. What is it? Move set. That should work. What's it complaining? Oh, it doesn't like that. Well, that makes sense, right? But you know what would work is if we pulled it out into a variable and said, hey, this is what this is. It's like Pokemon object.moveset, so we can do that. Yeah, I don't know if this is correct syntax per se, but we'll go with it. We're kind of getting hokey with these names right now, though, too. So this is how you know that something is not necessarily right when you start getting really hokey with these names. So let me explain what I did. I took that Pokemon object.moveset, the one that we just checked to see what it was down here, and then with it I assigned it to this new variable. Monster regional moveset, which is fine. What we'll do with that now is we'll use that variable as our input for this. And if we console log it here, .log monster regional moveset, we should be able to see it. And so I'll call the function down here just to so that we're able to check. Get next 5 moves by level. Oh wait, is this, what am I doing? This ain't right. Excuse me. I'm being a dork. We're inputting it down here, and I will actually remove all of these console logs. Actually, no. I'll remove these two because I want this one. Because I want to put this one here because I want to know the input. If I wrap those in a JSON stringify, would it stringify the JSON? I'm gonna give it a shot. So there's no hope. There's no, there's no harm in trying. I think that that's the way to go about it. I could pull up docs, but here I am. JSON dot. It's like, dude, you need to figure out your syntax. Moveset. Add this. It's not really adding, it's concatenating it, right? JSON dot stringify, right? So what this is doing is it's saying, hey, the thing that I'm passing in, is it JSON? Yeah, go ahead and make it so that it's compatible with that. Is what I'm hoping it's going to do. It did. It doesn't look nice, but it does exactly what we asked it to do. So fine. And so what we'll do here is this. Pass it in monster dot moveset. And then if all is well, we should see, yes, this here. So this is now, we have, right, we have what we need where we need it. Now what we're going to do with this list is we're going to make it so that depending on the level of the Pokemon, it changes the 5 moves that it displays. So, yeah. We actually need to pass this level in. This is what I was talking about with getters and setters. I'm not sure if this is correct thinking, but you know, this is kind of the best logic flow I have. So if you have something better, let me know. That's what it is. So I'll show you. I'm going to do. So in object-oriented design, you have these, right, the classes, and with this, we've already done a few like getters, right? We haven't done any setters because we're not really setting any data yet, but where this is the first instance of, and we're actually going to be setting monster name eventually, and so we need to make a setter for that soon. So, anyway. I feel like I need to move my camera, but I like this. It's fine. Sorry. Yeah, no, we'll take this. We'll make a getter and a setter for level. With the setter, we'll set level, and then every time we set level, it'll do a dynamic reload. Because we're already passing in the correct monster move list, right? So we don't need to set name again. We don't need to search by name. We're already doing that. We're already in that specific Pokemon's object. But we need to for sure set the level and be able to change that. So I hope my kind of reasoning is making sense. If not, I hope that my reasoning begins to make sense as I write the code. Fingers crossed. That's the best I got. Alright, so let's look at it. We're gonna just go with something simple. We'll put them in the right order, right? So get monster level. Return this dot level. Alrighty, so and then what we should be able to do here is get we should be able to do this. Console.log monster level, right? And we should see a 25 here on line 107. Yeah, awesome. So that's working, right? That's our getter. Now let's pull up docs because I'm not sure on JavaScript class setters. I can't remember if the syntax is setter or excuse me. Excuse me, I just actually had a little bit of a midlife crisis because I saw how far. No, I'm just kidding. I can't remember if the syntax is set or setter, and so that's what we'll look at now. Excuse me while I drink my poison. MDN, Mozilla documentation. Already had that pulled up for classes. Let me show you some love. Twitch, Facebook, I'll show you some love as well. pull up a window over here to keep that Facebook information private though. I might be chugging out. Am I lagging pretty hard right now? Bottoming out, bro. Give me a second. Too, it's not gonna like whenever I go. It's not even my internet speed. It's my, I believe it's my computer. It might be. I don't like what I'm doing it for. Doing to it. It says this is not what this is built for. Where am I? Starting soon. I don't know. Oh yeah, there we go. I'll comment there. There you go. Some love for Facebook. Where am I? Starting soon. Excuse me. That's terrible. Horrid. There you go. Facebook. And now I have to close Facebook. It might be the last time I do that. Just because it lags out so hard. Alright, classes. Let's look to see if there's anything on setters in here. Set. Is there anything on setters? It doesn't look like there's anything on setters. Let's check here. Just do the Googlify. JavaScript. Getters and setters. In a class. I even like that better. Ooh. In a class with ES6. And we're going to stay away from W3 fools. They're ad supported. And so that's why they show up at the beginning of every search. But they're definitely not something that you want to rely on. Head over to MDN. Mozilla makes some good docs. Alright, so here's a function setter. Const language. Set. Current. That's a setter. Set. Alright, here we go. Set a pseudo property. Of course. I think too we can just make the names. Get. So, property getters and setters. I think we're. Oh wow! This is y'all. We might be able to. What is this? This is beautiful. This is lovely. Let's check it out. I kind of dig it. So is that access property represented by getter? I'm gonna read out loud and then zoom in as well on this page so y'all can see what we're looking at. Property getters and setter. There are two kinds of objects properties. The first kind is data properties. Properties are data properties. This might be something that we look at. Yeah. Alright, let's see. See what they're doing. Do you see that? Is this? I mean, I'm willing to change this as well. If that's better for the code, we might. Let's see. Oh, look, using for compatibility. Okay, so then what? What is this? Oh, it's because I made this like a regular data property. So what am I doing? None of us actually know what we're doing. That's the secret. This is a little bit more complex, but I think that if we change this, let Pokemon equal, right? No, because we need to. Well, that's not. I know I'm speaking. I'm thinking quietly to myself. Imagine we start implementing user objects and using data properties name and age. Okay, we have that going. We have this going. Many things change. Instead of age, we decided to store birthday. This is exactly what's been going on with us, right? Like we're ramping up complexity. Things are happening now. Now, what do we do with the old code? Still uses the age property. You try to find all such places and fix them. But this takes time and can be hard to do if that code is used by many other people. Besides, age is a nice thing to have in user, right? Let's keep it. Adding a getter for age solves the problem. Age is calculated from the current date and birthday. We can do something like this for right? I wonder if we can, let's test something. Yeah, object.define property. Is that right? Is that what we're doing here? It's not liking it. I'm getting a lot of syntax errors. Oh well. That's not necessarily what I wanted. I think I need to take a seat here in a second too. We have a nice additional property. I do like this. But I don't know if this is what I'd like to do. Let's look at this. Let's look at their class basic syntax. Maybe I'm thinking too feedback. Am I thinking too Java-ish? Am I thinking too Java-ish? Y'all are quiet today. Oh, I'm not on multi-stream either. Maybe people are saying stuff. I don't know. No, y'all are just quiet. That's alright. It is kind of a lazy day. Class expressions. we go. There's the syntax we've been looking for. This is the syntax you've been looking for. Perfect. And is this right? Should this be underscore level? It doesn't seem to be bothered about that. I'm going to keep it that way. Alright, and then we're going to say set monster level. We will put some sort of a check on this, right? Because we do need if value is less than 5 or value is that right? Is greater than 99, then 100, then 99. I don't want to do a value. Will put a console dot error Pokemon excuse me Pokemon level must be between 5 and 99 because those are the only possible values in red and blue, right? And then return. We'll have it return them. This dot level equals the value that we passed in. Value is that's fine. I don't mind that as syntax. Let's check it out, shall we? I like how if your name is John, your name is too short. Some water. Okay. Actually, this is not even how this works. We do need to change these, right? Because this is the actual property name. Get level. Set level. And that's why we're using these. Alright. What's being called at 118 here? That's right, because it doesn't know what to do with that anymore. If I just say that level, that should work as well, right? Okay, well that's a relief. Because I'm learning a lot right now, so this is exciting. I feel like this is good information to have. So we actually did get getters and setters the way that I like them. It may not be the way that everybody likes them, but we need to just go here. Watch. Get name, capitalize this dot underscore name. We're calling the name on the object, and so that's fine. Cannot set property name, which only has a getter. That's fine. We'll set name as well. Value. Is it just, no, I'm missing anything. I'm gonna wash my hands here in just a second. Anyway. Then what? Usually on a setter there's some sort of a validation. we're getting the name, and we're capitalizing it. What do they have here? If, well, what? I kind of want to be recursive here. If it's not capitalized, you better freaking capitalize it. No. I'll just say this dot name is the value, because that's what it is, right? Now, is this erroring on us? No. Response, name, response, moves, move set. Let's see what it says. Monster name. Monster name should be Venusaur. Capital. Perfect. We're cleaning it up, is what's going on. We're going to make this so easy at this point to, from beginning to end. We'll just say, oh, what are we getting? We're getting the name. What are we getting? We're getting the level. We're setting the level. Things like that. And so it's going to be much easier. Because too, what we want to do a getter and the setter for ID. And in this case, we won't go lower than 0 or lower than 1, right? Let's actually check our level setter. Watch. We'll say that. Oh, it should scream at us now somewhere. Level is undefined. Why is level undefined, sir? Is level undefined because it can't be defined? If I were to put 99, would level be totally defined? And be just like, yeah, Pokemon's level is 99. Yeah, it does do that. Why is it that, though? Oh, is it? Am I not logging console? What if I just say console log? Maybe right, console is not picking up correct things. Let's see. Maybe it's not picking up console.error. I'll put something outrageous this time. Outrageous, like 105. Yeah, there it is. Pokemon level must be between 5 and 99. Cool. So it's coming together. So what's happening is because we have the name right here of everything, it's just invoking the getter and the setter every time, which is fine. This is exactly what we wanted to do. This is good. We'll change this too. Get move list and set move list. Maybe. Ooh. Yeah, right. Is this the... I think it is. Get region key, set region key. Let's start making some getters and setters for each of these. I wonder if I'm being silly and it knows how to do this crazy. No. What time is it? Oh, we have about 15 minutes left, y'all. I apologize. I was gonna say I'm gonna step away for just a second and get some water, but let's bear down and we'll finish getters and setters. Let's do that. So here, get ID. Oh man. Alright, here we go. Get ID, return this dot underscore ID. And actually we want to on the set ID input this value, whatever this value is. If the value is less than 1, or greater than 151. We'll console log no dex data exists for this Pokemon. We'll actually probably do something for the setter on name as well, right? Because if we actually we'll be more specific, because that's bad code. That's terrible. Pokemon ID must be between 1 and 151. Easy. And then we'll return. And then this dot ID will equal ID. Alright. So that's our setter for ID. We have a setter for level. What is going on here? Oops. Or if value is greater than return. Yeah. Is value. Excuse me. Is what you're passing in, right? Everything is always what you're passing in. Get set. This is the value. Good. Cool. What are we at next? We'll do a validator here on the setter for name as well. We don't want if nope. Whoops. This is, well, we need something different here, and so I'm gonna save this logic for some other time. So the reason is we need this to be something like if like if the response is invalid, right? If the response is invalid, then we'll return an invalid. Let the user know, I guess. If the response is invalid, we have to let the user know. Yeah. Let's get the region key. We need to figure this out. This is a mess. This is disastrous down here, because I think that this is actually our setter. This is fine as a getter. But this is our setter. And so basically what we'd be doing is, yeah. Let's see. Get region key. Return this region key, right? Yes. Okay. So why you mad? Set region key value this dot region key is equal to the value that we're putting in. I'm not gonna put any checker on it because we're just gonna actually keep these kind of invisible to the front end anyway. So appreciate y'all for being here, for spending time with me on this lovely Sunday, this lovely cloudy rainy Sunday. Writing code, I enjoy it, so appreciate you. Again, I'm gonna get rid of some of these console logs. I'm gonna just search for every console logger right now, except for the ones that are in our those anymore. I don't want this one anymore. I don't want this one anymore. And actually, I don't want this anymore either. And what I'll do here is I'll just console log the monster object here so that we're able to see any changes that we're able to make or that we've made to the monster, or we should in theory. So actually we're seeing what the naked the naked input and then the output, right? Which is good. It's exactly what we want. Here's our moveset, the regional moveset. We're actually going to narrow this down even more. Well, we'll do the when we do the right, because this will just be ready to go. This will just be ready to go to the front end. So let's see what we have to do to that to make that possible. We want this to be move list. Get move list. And it's going to complain because we don't have a setter, right? Yeah. Set move list value, which the value is the excuse me. What is the value right now? Well, the value for move list is going to be response.moves, and then from there let's see, return this dot so now we'll wrap some of that logic into here. This is where we're learning, y'all. Okay. I think this is right. And then we'll take the Pokemon's level, right? Am I allowed to call other getters and setters within other getters and setter methods? We're pushing time here. Alright, so let me think this through. We're taking in the raw move list. Okay. Const. Note that this may not be being used anymore. We're just rewriting some stuff. This code is going to look a lot cleaner when it's done. Alright. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so we created a new array to store this information in for const. I'm just going to call this list. For const item in the list. Let move equal this dot list item. right? So basically this is saying for each item in the list that we're taking in, we want to let each item be a move. Alright. Now, let version details, that's still good, equal move dot version group details. It's still going to be the same thing. For const version in, this is all the same code, which is good. That's reusable, thank goodness. I think that this is where we may get a little sticky, but I'm not worried. I'm not worried. Watch. If version details the version, so we're looking at each unique version in version details, the version group, not the name, the details, but the name is equal to, and I think the syntax is going to be this dot region key. And I'll copy and paste this. I'm lazy. Lazy or smart? Who wants to type all that again? Not I, said the cat. Alright. A new move slot. Let move slot equal a new object to stuff this crap in. I'm just going to, like I said, copy this to this. Uncomment it. Should be hanging good. Capitalize is still a, what is it saying? Cannot read property 0 of undefined. Where is it calling that out? Script 161. Oh, okay, thank you. Pokemon set move list 73. So it is having issues with the new thing that we just made. Move. Oh, okay. It's just not getting a list yet. That's what it's going on. All right. Let's finish up because I don't think that we're gonna run into these issues when we're done. I want to take all of this. Uncomment it. And actually we're just going to we're not even done here yet. We're gonna do so much magic to this. What else are we gonna do here? We're actually gonna sort the next 5 moves, but we need to figure out why is it not dig in Pokemon set move list as move list. So what are you mad about there? set. Oh. And then watch this dot. Is it gonna work? Is it gonna be equal to that? I think that should. I think it just cleared up our issue. No, it did not. So I wonder where it's going getting mad. I kind of want to do some tests here. Right? Alright. So, and it's returning it, right? Good. So this is where we should be doing our itty bitty little magic. So what's going on? What if we just say for const item in list console.log item? Trying to just work out why is it. Oh, okay. Well, okay, that's fine. Is it fine? What did I do wrong? Let move equal. Alright, so let's see. Is that what I was doing wrong? Oh, yes. I think that's this throwing off. Yeah, that's all it is. So I think come back here, uncomment, get rid of that. Get rid of the this. Region key is not defined. But that's good. Like we have a new error, right? Region key is not defined. 168. And is it because we don't have a region key getter and setter yet? No, we do have a region key getter and setter. What if we refer to? Oh, that's what's going on. That should work now. Version detail is not defined. What do you mean version details? because there's a typo. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I'm just now at this point I'm just kind of doing a mindless debug. Verge ton details. I don't know why I put T's in all of these. Oh my goodness. That's why. Always check your spelling. There we go. His name is coming back undefined though. Why? Probably because we're not calling the right function now. Alright, so now we should have less moves here. We don't, and this is why. We need to still plug in the right list. Now, it should be populating that correct list in here. Move list. Oh wow, it came back with a lot more than we wanted it to, which means that something went wrong. Interesting. I don't know what went wrong here, why it's returning a larger list of things. Something we'll have to figure out. But something for a different cast. I appreciate you guys' time with me today. You folks are great for hanging out. Have a blessed day in Midgard, and thank you so much for your time. Y'all have been great. I've enjoyed this time, and I hope that you have a great rest